Hi everyone, how are you guys? I hope you got to watch my video last week with Marie in it, shrieking. If you didn't, it was pretty entertaining. It was on the faithfulness lesson. And hopefully she will not be involved in this one, but we'll see. That's not my plan. So this week we are doing the next fruit of the Spirit, which is gentleness. Okay, so we've done love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. Okay, and when I think of gentleness or being gentle, I have been saying that actually lately to Marie, my baby, who is 10 months old, almost 10 months old. She hasn't been very gentle lately, and babies and toddlers, when they're little, are still kind of learning to be gentle. They're not really able to control their arms and their bodies as well as we are, and so they end up doing things or touching people that isn't very gentle sometimes. It's kind of harsh and hard, and it hurts. So I've been holding her, and she'll get really excited and start waving her arms and hitting me in the face. And it hurts. So I have been having to say to her, be gentle, and then taking her hands and touching me, showing her how to touch people in a gentle way. The opposite of gentleness is being harsh, and that's kind of being rough. And when babies are rough and they're hitting and they're scratching and maybe even biting, and they don't really mean to be rough or mean, but they're definitely not being gentle, and we need to teach them how to do that. We need to learn to be gentle in not only how we act or how we touch other people, but also what we say and do. And so gentleness is being loving, tender, calm in what we say and do, instead of being harsh or mean to someone. And so I want you to think of a time that you have been maybe harsh to someone, or someone's been harsh to you. I know my kids have been a little bit harsh to one another lately. Gentleness is something we need to work on in our house. One child might be upset. They might be angry about something. Maybe they're just in a bad mood, and the way that they're talking to someone else is not nice. Their tone is not very kind. The words they're saying are not very kind. They might be wanting something that someone else has, and they're physically trying to grab at it, and they're definitely not being gentle. And so our verse today, I actually have it on a jar, and I'll tell you why later, but it says, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15:1. So when someone is being rough and harsh to you, are you being harsh back? Are you fighting back, either physically or with your words, saying mean things like, hey, get away, stop that, maybe pushing or shoving them? And that creates more anger. Okay, it makes the fight worse. But if we have a gentle answer, that actually turns away the anger. So today, our story is called The Good Shepherd, and it's Psalm 23. And I usually read from the Jesus Storybook Bible. And today I'm not going to, because I actually have a separate book that is on Psalm 23 that I think is pretty cool. So you can obviously go and read this in your own Bible. This story, the beginning of it actually tells a lot about King David, because the Psalms, a lot of the Psalms were written by King David. And he not only was a king, but remember David and Goliath? There's lots of stories in the Bible about David. And so he actually wrote this psalm, and in your Jesus Storybook Bible, it actually tells you a little bit about King David and the Psalms. So this book is called Found, and it is the Psalm 23, and it's called The Good Shepherd in the Storybook Bible. So I want you to pay attention to how do we see gentleness in this story? Okay, who do you think this is? Yeah, this is God, and we have a little lamb, and we know that shepherds take care of sheep, don't they? And so this is talking about how God is our shepherd. He takes care of us, all right? And let's see how God takes care of us, okay? Let's see if we can find that gentleness in there. There's some beautiful pictures in here. Let me see if I can get back far enough for you to see. God is my shepherd, and I am his little lamb. He feeds me. He guides me. He looks after me. I have everything I need. Inside, my heart is very quiet. As quiet as lying still in soft green grass in a meadow by a little stream. Even when I walk through the dark, scary, lonely places, I won't be afraid because my shepherd knows where I am and he is here with me. He keeps me safe. He rescues me. He makes me strong and brave. He is getting wonderful things ready for me, especially for me. Everything I ever dreamed of. He fills my heart so full of happiness, I can't hold it all inside. Wherever I go, I know God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love will go too. Did you see how gentle the shepherd was with the sheep in the story? The sheep trusted the shepherd, and the shepherd took care of the sheep. What kind of shepherd does the Bible say that Jesus is? It says he's the good shepherd. And he's patient and gentle, loving and kind. He goes after us when we run away or when we choose to disobey. How can we learn to hear his voice and follow his example by being gentle and kind to our friends, family, and the people that we meet? So I want you to think about that this week. How can we show gentleness and kindness? All these fruits of the Spirit kind of go together in a lot of ways. So I told you that Marie was not going to be here today, but she woke up from her nap early. Would you like to see her real fast? This is a total distraction. I don't know. How many of you are still in your pajamas today? Oh, and look at her crawling. We're getting this on camera. Wow. Yeah. She wants to see you guys and say hi and talk to you. Yep. So back to gentleness. This week we have a gentleness jar, and then inside I have cotton balls, and they actually they have pom-poms that they want you to add, which would be way more fun because they'd be colorful, but I don't have any pom-poms. So we're going to do cotton balls in our house. And every time I see or hear someone in our family being gentle in the way we talk to someone or the way we act towards someone, you can put a pom-pom or a cotton ball in your jar. And as a family this week, you can work on filling up your jar with words or actions of gentleness. And maybe at the end of the week or whenever you fill your jar, maybe your family can celebrate in a fun way for being gentle. Another activity that they have going on is something having to do with water balloons. And so, and how to be gentle with water balloons and how not to be gentle. You guys can probably figure that out. So I hope you guys have a good week learning about gentleness. And I will be sending the next video to you about self-control next.